It is budget day, Matt. $9.3 billion in the black, but then it all goes into red ink after that. What are your thoughts this morning?
Well, I suppose for all of us, we can only hope that Jim's third time lucky here tonight. This is his third budget, and the first two have been total train wrecks because they've added fuel to the inflation fire. This government, despite their promises, has not got inflation under control. In fact, it accelerated in the last March quarter to tick above 4% annual rate again. Last year, Jim Chalmers promised that he would his budget would lower the inflation rate to 3.25% this financial year. There's 3 of those 4 quarters now done and dusted, and instead inflation's running at 3.7%. And to hit his target, he'd have to see inflation fall to under 2% for the final quarter of the financial year. That's not going to happen. So that promise has been effectively broken. The last year's budget has not been delivered. And now the Treasurer tells us, well, you can believe me now, I'm going to make a new promise. My old promises didn't come true, but I'm going to make a new promise and get inflation down below 3% by Christmas. Well, he's in a race with Santa Claus right now, and I probably believe, I've got more faith that Santa Claus is actually going to turn up at homes on Christmas Eve this year than Jim Chalmers is going to be able to get inflation down when he's spending so much of our money.
Okay, there is an interesting piece in The Australian today I want to get your thoughts on. John Howard, he's challenged Jim Chalmers to bring back the baby bonus. Now, you've done your bit. Is this something that you would support, Matt?
Yeah, I think maybe we got 1 or 2 baby bonuses there, and then then it was closed before we got the 4th and 5th, that's for sure. But yes, gone a little bit above and beyond just one for me, my wife, and the country. But look, I do think we have a major problem here in Australia in our falling birth rate. The hard cold fact is if we do not increase that birth rate, we're going to have a higher migration rate. And if we don't bring it back to sort of the replacement level that John Howard got it to, we'd need to take in 100,000 more migrants every year just to maintain our population. I don't think Australians want that. We should be encouraging young people to have families. I don't support the reintroduction of the baby bonus, primarily because that's not linked to work. It's paid regardless, and I think we should have family incentives that work with the tax system to encourage parents to do some work, to help yourself if you like, and then the government should help them along with that. There's ways we can do that to provide a better family tax system. I've proposed some in income splitting models that would help families, especially when they have young children, manage those costs, encourage them to have kids, and grow our population in the natural way.
It's just expensive. I think that's probably why a lot of families are choosing to not have too many kids. I mean, you're looking at, and if they're actually having them at all, daycare bills, they stack up plus everything else.
Yeah, it is really expensive, and that's why I do think our tax system should work for families, not against them. We're one of the very few countries in the world, or the Western world, that doesn't allow some form of income splitting. We treat families not as families, as individuals. And when my wife and I made those decisions to have children and other decisions we make them together jointly. And I think the tax system should treat parents as a team, as a joint team. And that would be a much fairer system, and it would encourage family formation, which we need.
Matt Canavan, enjoy the day. We will talk to you again soon.